And I think once you start in the creative journey, it takes time because creativity is something which doesn't come to establish yourself. It's going to take a bit of time. So I think you have to trust the process and just keep going. So I think that's really important.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was, it's kind of funny. Like I had a following for a while. I almost gave up on what I was doing because, I was so broke. I remember the first time I got an email to go on like Good Morning America, right? Today's Show. I was going on national television shows. People were like, "Oh my God, you must be so rich. You must be doing so well." And I'm like, "No, I'm sleeping on my friend's couch. They don't pay you to go on those shows." You know, you're only paid to go on those shows and do that if it's part of like a contract, like you're an actor in a movie and part of your contract is to do a press tour. But like I was just going on those shows. So, and it's kind of funny. People really, and I myself had these expectations like, wow, I'm going to get a book deal. I'm going to do all this stuff. And nothing happened for like a year or two, like nothing. And eventually one company hired me to go to Australia for like 2 weeks. And I think that's actually when my career started. When I left home, I was a busser at a restaurant. I was working bussing tables still, and when I got home, I quit that job bussing tables because it was my first job that paid enough for me to like quit my job. It really wasn't that much at the time. It was probably not the best idea, but um, I quit that job and I sort of just took a leap of faith. I was just, and what happened was I got an email that next week for another job, and then I got an email the following week for another gig, and I never had to like go look for a job at a restaurant again. So, and I was able to build up from that. So that's another thing is being able to know when to take that risk and when to be like, all right, I don't need to be doing this job. But at the same time, I kept doing those jobs because I had access to an espresso machine and I made sure I had jobs in places where people would go that I thought would have appreciated what I did. So sometimes it's important at least to be going in that direction. So,
Right.
like if you have a goal, like at least it's like when I lived in New York, right? Say I needed to go, I know it's a weird example, but say I needed to go uptown, it doesn't, I don't need to be taking the exact right train. As long as I'm taking a train that goes north in that direction, it's fine. So that's kind of what I made sure to do. I made sure to have jobs that were at least in the direction that I wanted to go with it. Sorry, I'm
So
kind of
I think
stream of consciousness here. I'm keep going, but
no, it's really good to know. So I think taking calculated risks is the way to go. Just be mindful of what you're doing and where you're going, and I think that'll be a good way to go about it.
yeah, definitely. And you'll meet the right people and all of that. And I mean, that's kind of how I really went from one thing to another. And I remember being again like sleeping on my friend's couch. I had like negative $80 in my bank account. It was just had nothing going. And yeah, I don't know. I just had to just have faith in what I was doing. Like I mean, once I got some press from it, I knew that like I had a feeling that I wouldn't be just, doing the regular jobs for too long afterwards. I knew something was going to happen eventually, so I just held on.